Oh,
I need a camera crew. I need a camera crew. I need a sound crew. I need everybody. Okay. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 7 of In the Green Room. Thank you so much for tuning in so far. We are almost done with the season, y'all. Almost done with the season. And we are almost done with Black History Month. So this month, as y'all know, I've had 2 different brand owners come in and talk about what their brands are. But this time, I have someone that owns a whole, listen, y'all know I be in the gym. Y'all know I love kickboxing. So I was on Google looking for kickboxing spots near me, and 9 Round came up. I didn't click it, right? Mm-hmm. Got sidetracked, got on Instagram, and of course, it shows an ad. So I did my research, and I've studied and trained in kickboxing before, but I knew I wanted to go back, and 9 Round sounded like the best thing to me. And then I went in and found out that it was owned by a Black lady, blickety black. I have Kanesha Britt with me today, the owner of 9 Round in Decatur. It is a phenomenal kickboxing gym. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And chatting with me. I'm excited. This episode is gonna be dope. This is actually, I'm a little hot, y'all. This is the first episode that I've done with somebody that I haven't known for years. So I'm excited. I'm excited. But y'all know at the beginning of the episodes, we do the affirmation station. So I have 2 decks of affirmation cards. I hope that you guys have been doing these affirmations. We have 12 different affirmations that you should have in your arsenal right now, because we've done 6 episodes, 2 affirmations per episode. So I'm going to shuffle these up. Anytime you go by a mirror this week, anytime you see your reflection this week, whisper this or say it out loud. Just make sure you talk to yourself and you're kind to yourself this week and every week beyond. So I'm going to shuffle these, and I'm going to shuffle these, and you're going to pull one from the purple stack, and then you go pull one from the other stack. And then we're going to start the episode. Mm-hmm. All right. All right, she went straight to it. All right, read what you got.
I am creative.
Wow. That's a good one. That's a good one in this creative space. Right. Okay. And I'm going to shuffle one more time. These are a little bit more in-depth. Give you like a little paragraph at the end. All right.
Make me cry. Okay. Wow. I am worthy. I am enough, and I am worthy of receiving everything I desire.
Everything. Whew. That was good already.
I do not need to prove myself to those who would seek to diminish me. I am worthy.
Wow.
Wow. I didn't come prepared to cry.
Listen, I've
not what I came here for.
But I've said to everyone in just about every episode, like when they pull these cards, like it's exactly what is needed. And I feel like
absolutely.
I didn't understand that I was worthy in a lot of ways. Until I moved by myself and I had a long time to reflect and to exist in me. Mm-hmm. So yeah, y'all, I'm excited about this episode. Welcome to episode 7 of In the Green Room. Stay tuned. We got some good coming for you.
Where am I at? Oh my goodness.
Let me drink some water. I don't think I've cooled down from my workout this morning yet.
Probably not.
I got home and started moving around.
Moving, yeah. Probably still in the fat burning zone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my sauna that I'll be talking about over there.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. It gets up to 190 degrees.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I'll come in here. I didn't do it today because I knew I definitely wasn't gonna be able to cool down if I did that.
You'd have been sweating.
Yeah,
great.
but I'll come straight from either the gym or kickboxing and get right in it. And so that way I burn probably about 250 to 300 more calories after that. And then I just got to do better with eating, but terrible at it. Hey y'all! Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you so much. This is so dope. I'm excited.
Glad to be here.
As I said before, we got Kanesha in here. She is the owner of 9 Round. It is this. I'm gonna let you talk about it, but I want to talk about my experience at 9 Round. I'm the type of girl that I love to switch up what I'm doing. And I go to the gym. I was telling you earlier, I'll go to the gym and I'll say I'm gonna do 4 sets of whatever. I get about 3.5 and I'm like, I'm tired and it's time to go. Like, and I don't have nobody to say, all right, Britt, you can do more. I try to motivate myself, but a lot of times it's kind of hard to do that. So finding 9 Round and getting in there, the 3-minute, you don't think that 3 minutes is a long time until you're in the middle of doing whatever the workout is. But I feel like having the trainers there, and you're not even really paying extra for a personal trainer because the gym is so small and intimate where you're getting that one-on-one attention that you need. And I feel like for me, I just go in and I got force. But a lot of times my form is not right. So having the trainers there to help with my form, making sure I'm doing it right, maximizing my workout, it's one of the best things that I've ever done. And y'all know I share all of my experiences and stuff. Like I tried Pilates. Pilates was cool for a little bit, but Pilates won. It won.
Not gonna give you everything.
No, So finding 9 Round was great. Being back in kickboxing is great. Being in a gym with Black women is bomb. So tell us how you got here to being the owner of a franchise of 9 Round. Like, who is Kanesha? How did we get here? Is that, you want me to separate those two? Or?
I mean, they're different sides of me, but as far as fitness is concerned, I started in Chicago. That's where I'm from. I'm from Chicago, born and raised. Coming here, I was a personal trainer. So I was a mobile personal trainer, going house to house, home to home. And then started renting out spaces, you know, the more clients I got. And then going from doing that, not making enough money, you know, to sustain myself, paying bills and all that. So I had to actually go into an actual gym. So I started doing that. And then life happened, you know, and I ended up in a situation where I wasn't working at all for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
2 years of unemployment. But I saw an ad for 9 Round as a trainer on Craigslist of all places.
Wow.
So I applied. There was a group interview. I knew nothing about it. I did do the research and I said, oh, I did box previously. So I had a trainer. So I was like, oh, I like that. I had never done kickboxing. So I applied. It was a group interview. When I tell you I went in there and I said, this is my job. And I'm not leaving here until this man says, you got the job. And that's basically what happened. So we had to do the actual workout. To get the job. So it was a workout interview. at the end of that workout, everybody was worn out, sitting down. I was standing up in the corner like,
what's next?
Taking deep breaths like, y'all high?
Yeah.
Okay. This is my job though. Okay.
Yeah.
So the interview was outside of the door, on the outside. He asked me, why should I hire you? I said, this is why you should hire me.
Yeah.
And I stood there. He said, okay. I said, so do I have the job?
Right.
He laughed at me, but I was serious. I said, this is what I want to do. Fitness is my entire life. Later on that day, I got an email. I started working there as a trainer.
Where was this?
At Round Decatur.
Oh.
I started working there as a trainer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then 5 to 6 months later, I was promoted to head trainer.
Okay.
And then 3 months later, I was the manager. So I started there in 2013. And
wow.
I bought the place from the guy that I worked for in 2017. And here we are.
Wow.
Here.
That's so you said you got the job 3 months later.
Like maybe 5 to 6 months.
Okay,
later.
5 to 6 months later, you were the lead trainer. Then right after that, 3 months later, you were the manager. And then you were the owner.
4 years after that. 4.5.
But that's crazy because you said I'm happy you're here because I talk all the time about intention. I talk all the time about using your words and believing the words that you're using. Exactly. You said the job was yours. You went in there, you did the work to get the job.
Sure did.
The job was yours. And now you own that. Listen,
I never thought I would own a gym, but I always said, because I do have other certifications and licenses, massage therapy, nutritional therapist, all of that. But I thought I was gonna like own like a massage business or whatever, which I did because I did that mobile too. But I never thought. The guy came to me and asked me if I wanted to buy the gym because his franchise agreement was coming up.
Okay.
He didn't want to renew it. And I was like, you do know you don't pay me enough to buy this gym from you, don't you?
Right.
But we worked it out and sat down with my husband. We talked about it.
So what has, this is a loaded question, but what has owning a gym been like? Because clearly you bought it before COVID, right?
Exactly.
And here we are after COVID. Exactly. And so you've been owning since, you said 2017. So 2017 to now, like, I'm sure ups, downs, sideways, cricket, vertical,
backwards.
All of it.
Zigzag everywhere.
But has it all been worth it?
It has been.
Yeah.
I will say it has been.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been very hard. I didn't know. I mean, I still don't know. I'm still like hanging in there, but making it through the height of COVID was like the most challenging thing that I've ever experienced. But because I have the love for what I do and I love the people, you know, we know you all by name, right? And you coming in there, it's like a big family. Yeah. It's a very intimate setting. But this is what I do. Yeah. I'm like created to do. Yeah. To serve. Yep. You know, in so many different ways. Yeah. So seeing people and not wanting them to have to go somewhere else. People continued to pay their membership, even though I was closed. Yeah. The franchise was good because they created online workouts.
Is that where the system came from?
Yes, in the middle of the pandemic.
And it's the full experience that you would get in the gym, on the on-demand. I was at home one day and I did not expect.
Just no equipment, right? But it's still a killer workout.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
But in the middle of that, they created that to allow us to still have revenue right? So of course we had to reduce payments, but people still wanted their workouts and they created it. We did it at home. I did it at home. I made my husband do it.
Yeah.
But having that in place, and then once we were able to reopen, I think we were closed like a month and a half, not too long because we're in the South.
Right.
So,
right.
But that I was thankful, you know, for that, to be able to reopen. And then because we're such a small space, the social distancing, you know, we had to go to appointments.
Yeah.
So you had to make your appointment. So we had it 6 feet apart in there, so you're not close. We were sanitizing like crazy, mopping like crazy, temperature checks, you know. We were able to do all of that, and still, you know, a lot of people left their gym and came to us because they saw how clean it was, how safe it was. You know, we did lose some people, but, you know, that's just the way of
business
and gyms, you know, in general. It's like in and out. But I mean, we're still there. We're able to continue because of the you know, the family vibe that we have in here.
my boxer name is Trailblazer. Let's go. I get City in every day. I take my pictures. Y'all see it. What's your boxer name?
Bodyguard.
Oh. That's a good one. This is completely off. How long have you been growing your locks?
Maybe like 18 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you start with little nubbies?
Yep. Twists. 2-strand twists. And I started them myself.
Yeah.
I went to a lady until they locked fully, and then after that, I do hair too. I used to do hair too, so I went to school to do hair too. But I maintain them.
So
I do.
I was on TikTok yesterday, and your TikTok showed up, and my people you should know. And I was going through your TikTok, and I was like, oh my God, we have so much in common.
We do.
We have so much in common, from the style to the locks to the glasses to the singing to like, and the fact that you just told me that you are a cosmetologist too. I'm an esthetician, but that's insane. And clearly I love fitness. That's crazy. But yeah, I was just telling you, I cut my hair and it started growing like wildfire. Like wildfire. My hair has never grown. Before I cut my locks, they were about to be broad strap length. That was the longest my hair has ever been. My mama started letting me I went to a fine art school. Okay. So I was always creative and all that stuff. So she let me start experimenting with my hair in the 7th grade. I cut my hair into a pixie cut, I think the end of 7th grade. And then when I discovered short hair, I was like, oh, I don't want none. Yeah.
I was bald.
Yeah, me too.
And blonde.
Me too.
And blue.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, I was scared about locks because I was like, I like to be creative with my hair. I like to be expressive with my hair. And I was scared that I wouldn't be able to. But since I've had my locks, I can do just about everything. Except for I'm not going to color it blue and pink and all of those things. But I can still get away with a lot of the styles that, a lot of the styles that I have now, I never had enough hair before my locks. Right. So now I can ask this question. Who is Kanesha? And answer it however you feel.
I mean, I've been asked this so many times, and it's just like, my answer is always, I'm just who I am. I'm not one persona. I mean, of course, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a wife, I'm a protector. I think that is what a lot of people see about me. Because I'm so passionate about people who I care about and who I love. I'm very protective of the people.
That's what bodyguard comes from.
And somebody a member gave me that. Because
really?
It used to be Killer K.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay.
I chose that for myself.
And then somebody else.
And it was intimidating to people.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, it's time to change it. And I went on Facebook and said, hey, give me a fighter name. And one of the members, I was friends with her on Facebook. And her husband actually said bodyguard. It's a story behind that, but it's a long story, but yeah.
But it works for who you are.
And that's who I am.
Yeah.
Right? But I mean, I sing, I'm creative. Like a lot of times I get, as a creative, you can do so much. It's almost too much. It's like a lot of tabs open.
Yes.
At nighttime, I go to bed and I'm like, I'm hearing music. I'm hearing this. I'm hearing 30 seconds. I'm hearing
I'm already knowing that's probably drilled in your head.
The very first time was when I first started working there. I was in my car eating and I heard the bell and it was nowhere. I was in my car. I was like, oh, Lord.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Because it's programmed. How many times a day do you hear it? There's no telling.
Who knows?
So when you were growing up and you realized you were a creative and you had, so multifaceted, did you foresee yourself winding up in fitness?
No, because I didn't grow up knowing
that. So
everything
what was
it was not until adulthood. I grew up very religious.
Okay.
I wasn't allowed to do anything.
Oh,
I couldn't wear pants. I couldn't wear lipstick.
Uh-huh.
None of that. At 18 is when I said, "Hey, I had enough of this."
Yeah.
So once I moved into my own place, I think I was maybe 19 or 20.
Yeah.
Maybe 20. Mm-hmm. That's when I actually started discovering, that I had.
Okay.
I've always sang, that was forced upon me, but I didn't know I had a gift, so I didn't have an issue. I did. I used to cry before, like in front of people, and say, Nisi, because that's my nickname.
Okay.
Sing. But as an adult is when I started, realizing that I, had a lot of talents. I really didn't know what to do with them, but moving here and knowing and seeing that there were so many opportunities for us as Black people.
Yeah.
That's when the very first time I ever sang in public that wasn't gospel was karaoke.
Was that scary for you?
It wasn't scary because my father was a street musician.
Okay.
So that's what he did.
Yeah.
I mean, he had jobs, but because music was just him.
Yep.
Growing up, when I visited him, all types of genres of music. Yeah. So that was in me, and when my mom would go to the store, the gospel went off, and everything else went on. All music, like anything old that you turn on, I'm pretty sure I'll know it.
Yeah.
So that was in me. So by the time I got to the place to do, it was like a JR Cricket.
Yeah.
I called my mom and I was like, do you think it would be okay? I'm a full grown adult. Do you think it would be okay for me to sing karaoke and not sing gospel? Because I never sang publicly at home, friends, all of that. Everybody, would hear me. But she said, you have a gift, and as long as you're using it, it doesn't matter
whatever way.
And I've never known my mom to say anything like that. Because I'm like, you just religion, Jesus Christ, But once she said that, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
I was there every week. Yeah. I was winning contests, and then I upgraded to open mic like maybe a year.
Yeah, after
I got courage.
It was like that was a little practice for you.
Yeah, because singing, I was never a performer.
Right.
So I was just stand there and sing.
Yeah.
I'm still that way, but I've
you relaxed a little bit.
Relaxed and found my way. I don't dance and all that. I'll do a little something, but
a little two-step. Yeah. Well, I just recently got back on stage. I hadn't performed before last June. I hadn't performed since 2018. And being away from being on stage that long, I developed a type of anxiety, and I had never experienced it before. And it was weird because I'm like, I grew up, I think back, pre-K, I was the star of the Christmas play.
Wow.
Like, so I've been on stage, I've been in doing that, and I feel so comfortable when I'm on stage. So to develop anxiety around something that I completely love doing, it was such a weird concept for me. But I had a conversation with one of my friends who I grew up singing with, and he told me, he was like, what's happening is you think that you're supposed to be perfect.
Right.
And right, nobody in any creative, it's never going to be perfect. And if people are showing up to support you, either they already know that you have the talent, or somebody has told them that you have the talent, so they're there to enjoy whatever it is you're gonna feed to them. Right. And when he said that to me, of course, the anxiety didn't fall off instantly, but I had it ended up, when I went back and listened to it vocally, it was my best performance, my best vocal performance that I feel like I've ever heard me do. But while I was in it, the musicians, they didn't get the music right. And he had to tell me, he was like, you've been singing for over 20 years. Right. You've been performing for over 20 years. Like, if something isn't how it's supposed to be, you know how to improvise. You know how to, and it was in him telling me what he told me, ain't nobody perfect. Ain't none of this perfect. When I got to that performance, it felt like all hell, like when I tell you, I had to go outside and scream. Wow. Like, and it was a set of 4 new songs I had never performed before. We in sound check, and they don't know it. I mean, it's a Alex Isley song, which is supposed to be flowy, and he playing it like church chords. And I'm like, I can't identify, so I know if I'm on, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. The performance was great, but it was interesting to develop that anxiety, but I started just getting back on stage more, and watching my performances. And as I'm watching my performance, I'm like, I know how I was feeling in that moment, but I can't see none of it. Exactly. Have you ever had severe nervousness or anxiety? Still. Always. So how it just performing?
Performing, because I've never had to actually perform. Right. I was just allowed to just stand there and sing, and everybody would be like, oh my God. Yeah. So I had to learn stage presence and all that. But even now, like I've sang all over the world, all over the world. I've been Ethiopia for like 3 months at a time, singing with corporate bands and things like that. So I was able to get experience doing that. But now, like when you're in front of people, like in front of a smaller crowd, it's more intimate. Yeah. So it's very it's hard because it depends on the type of audience.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, when it's
I
us,
agree. Yep.
When it's us, we have many ways about us. But judgmental is one word I would use. Right. Or it's like, so what you up here doing?
Yeah, and it's
who are you?
I'm just looking at you.
I'm not gonna clap. So I found myself using my personality to talk to people and engage them when they're just like, you're in the front, right in the front. You're like that far away from me, and I'm like, anybody celebrating a birthday? Happy birthday! You're like, oh, you're not happy to be here today?
Right, use it.
Then they laugh, you know. So doing that, and I've actually My husband, he's a professional drummer. So he plays for me a lot. He's actually had to tell me, I don't understand why you're like, what are you nervous about? All you have to do is relax. And I'm like, well, the people are just, don't worry about the people. Sometimes you just got to turn your back and be like, hey, it's me and the band. And we just vibing. Yeah. And y'all not even out here. You are, but you're not. Yep. Because I feed off energy. Yeah. So if I continue to do that, then it would just drain me. Yeah. So I have to actually learn how to use my personality to my advantage. Yeah. And it works. Yeah. You know, it doesn't always work, but for the most part it does. Yeah. When I feel like I'm not doing great, and then I see a video, somebody posted it, I'm like, wow. Yeah. Or the vibe is like right, the band is like right, and you just there. It's not perfect, but it's just right for you in that moment. You know?
Did you find that getting into fitness and training people, did you have a sense of did you have nerves or any type of anxiety around?
I don't know what it's different. Yeah. I don't even know really how to explain it because the personas are different. Yeah. Because when I'm singing, I don't feel like I'm in charge.
Okay.
So I'm giving, and the people in the audience are receiving what I'm giving. Okay. But when I'm training, I'm in charge because I'm instructing you on what to do. Yes. I'm confident in that.
Yes. But I've been trying to figure out why I've never had, or I have when I very started beginning with makeup. Now I'm the makeup authority. Like I know what I'm doing. Right. I got the time in. I got the training in. I know what I'm doing. Right. On stage, it's like you ripped wide open.
Yeah, it's vulnerable. You're vulnerable. And it's like nothing's on.
No. No.
Like, oh God.
Like I agree with the persona. Like, cause I feel like in every talent that I have, like if I'm putting on a production and I have like my producer or director or stage director hat on, before the show, I'm different. I put on for my senior capstone project, graduating from college, instead of writing a paper, I was a liberal studies major. So I went to my advisor and I was like, let me just ask. I said, do you think that it would be possible for me to put on a production in lieu of this 10, 15 page paper? Because who wants to write? And she was like, she thought about it. Dr. Soley, shout out to her. And she was like, I don't see why that would be a problem. Right. And I'm like, okay, this is lit. I went to a performing arts middle and high school. I went to Fort Valley State, and Fort Valley wasn't a big performing arts school, but on campus, me and my band, we performed. We had a band called Three Piece and a Biscuit. I was the biscuit, the guys were the three pieces. But we used to perform everywhere, and I was a part of the drama club. I was the president, did all that stuff. So when it came to this senior project, I was like, all right, let's do it. I ended up having a full band. I had 3 background singers. I had a lighting designer, sound, and this is when GoFundMe was like a fresh idea. I raised like $3,000 on there, didn't have to pay for anything out of my pocket. And I forgot to take donations at the store. So, at the show. But if you want to send a donation a few years later, cool. But no, but in prep for that show, I knew that the last song that I performed, it was a declaration at the end. This is my show. This is my show. And I kept singing that. I ended up boohoo crying on the stage. But that's how I really felt that this show was going to be a representation of me. So when we were in that final stretch, my friends understood that, all right, we know Brittany, but this person right here,
right,
she different.
Right.
And after the show was over, of course I apologize. I wasn't terrible, but I like things how I like things. Exactly. And after the show was over, they was like, oh, we understand why you wanted excellence. So this is why you were the way. So that persona, I feel like that's my hardest persona that I have. My musician persona, I feel like I'm the most confident Brittany now, where I am now. That is the most confident part of myself. Like, I get on stage and I look at different performances. I just had a performance in Fort Valley the other day, but I look back at performances and I'm like, yo, this is what you were meant to do. And I can tell that. And when I'm doing makeup, I feel so good because I get to see, and it's probably kind of like you with training because people leave happy. I know I do. When I'm at the end of it, it's like an instant gratification thing. So when I'm done with makeup and people see their makeup and they're smiling and they're like it's such a fulfilling thing. And recently I've been in my brain like trying to figure out like, girl, okay, you got all these talents, because I feel like I'm also a stylist, I'm also a creative director, I'm also all of these. So how you find it? How do you find it? It's hard. But
I understand.
I think that there's also a season, like life happens in seasons. So I think that if you are multi-talented, it'll make way for, because I feel like makeup is my career. That's my path. But I feel like makeup is making way for something else in the industry that I'm trying to get to. So everything has
its season.
Yeah. And I'm so glad that I finally realized that, because it was driving me crazy. It was driving me crazy.
I'm sure.
You said you are a sister. How many siblings do you have?
Well, my mom had 3 boys. And I lost my youngest brother.
Sorry
my
about
dad, 2 boys and 2 girls.
Okay.
So I have half siblings.
Okay. Where do you fall in line?
Well, I'm the only daughter for my mom.
Right.
And the oldest daughter for my
dad. Okay.
I'm the younger half sister. She lives here too, actually.
Okay. That's what, but I get you. That's a lot of, because it's only 3 of us, and I'm the baby. People tell me all the time I'm a brat, but
5 brothers.
you know, but that would make sense why, if you got 5 brothers, why you would be the bodyguard. Like, I mean, you got it honest almost. I have an older brother and older sister.
Definitely got it honest.
How was the transition from, because you said you moved from Chicago, right? How was the transition from Chicago to Atlanta?
The first stop was Alabama.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Little pit stop.
Right, little pit stop. I was there a year, and then I was actually in Chicago. I was like, okay, I'm done with this. I didn't know anybody here.
Okay.
Had never visited here.
Yeah.
But I knew it was the Black Mecca.
Yep.
And I knew what I wanted as far as training. And music was kind of like in the back.
Yeah.
Because my mom told me there was no money in music. Like what's the movie?
Sister Act 2.
Yeah. There's no money in that. So she didn't let me. I went to a vocational high school.
Okay.
So you had to have like majors. So she forced me to major in computer programming when I wanted to do music. I failed it on purpose.
Yep.
So I went to the music. I stayed in there. But anyway, when I got here is when I was like, oh, because the music scene wasn't like this in Chicago.
Yeah.
They have one, but it's not like this here.
Yeah.
So when I found the music scene, I was like, oh, I can do both.
Mm-hmm.
I can do both. And I did massage therapy because there's so much. I want to help people as well. I'm like, I can help people through fitness.
Yep.
I can help people through nutrition. I can help people through music.
Yeah.
You know, because the type of music that I do and the way that I am on stage, it helps people a lot.
Yeah.
I was always told, well, you got to do this. You got to be sexy. You got to learn to move, do this. I'm like, that's not who I am.
Exactly.
You know,
and if you was to do all that, they're not gonna like it.
I wouldn't be comfortable with it at all. So, you know, going from Chicago to here, you know, it was one of the best decisions that I've made. Yeah. You know, it wasn't a smooth transition. Okay. But it was a little difficult because when again, going and saying I'm going to get the job, when I came from Alabama, I would come, like, it was like 2 hours away and would drive here, go to job interviews and go back. Okay. The second interview, because I have a retail background as well. I'm like, oh, okay, this is my job.
Me too.
Right. I've never had this much in common with a woman ever in my life. Really? Ever. My best friend, but we didn't have this much in common. Yeah. So that's crazy. For me, it's comfortable for me to sit and talk to you because you relate. Yeah. It's difficult for me in different situations because when I'm talking, people, they can't really relate to anything that I'm saying. Like,
that's why I'm grateful to be in this industry. Yeah. I found so many people that I have I ain't gonna say so many people because you can't trust everybody in this industry, but I found people that truly understand me because even my friends growing up, we went to fine art school, so we're all artists, but like I said, my mama let me start being a free bird when I was in seventh grade. So there were even things where some of my friends, I couldn't really identify with them with because their parents had pretty tight. So coming into this industry, I feel like industry and Atlanta. Coming to Atlanta, I feel like I'm finally in a place where I'm truly finding my tribe. Me too. Me too. And I didn't realize how much I'm not gonna say I was lacking, but when you don't have a tribe and when you have a tribe, it feels different. It does. It feels different. I said I'm the baby of 3. I have an older sister, but we're not super close. Right. So it was hard for me initially to make friends with women because I didn't know what to do. Me too. Like, no idea. Me and my brother are like best friends, and we're 10 years apart. Exactly.
Hello. You sure you're not related?
That's crazy. But it's always been a little like weird. I don't really know, but finding people that I have so many commonalities with, I'm so happy to be a creative. Right. I'm so happy to be a creative. I'm so happy to be like fluid in like experiences and life and all of that stuff because I find that it's hard for me to connect with people like people that work in business or something like that. Because I don't really.
I worked in the office once, but I got fired because I fell asleep.
There was not the environment, right?
No.
Yeah, nah. Man, I had so many jobs since I've been up here. But retail background, I started I ran away from Mac for so long. I kept telling God, I was like, I don't want to work for Mac. All the makeup girls work for Mac, blah, 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 blah. I kept saying that I don't have no desire to work for Mac. I was in school Mac was doing a hiring fair. I needed a job. So I went, and it was for their freelance team. So it's like, if you're free and they call you, you can go to any store. Right. So went, smashed the interview, ended up getting hired. Okay, I'm working as a freelancer for Mac now. Hey, God, I'm never going to work as a permanent artist for Mac. I don't have no desire for that because I want my Saturdays. I want my weekends. Guess what happened? 20-hour position open. Guess who need a little bit more of a check? Right. This girl. Guess who takes that role? All right, God, I'm not going to be in management. I couldn't work in management for this company, blah, 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 blah. Guess who gets into management? Like, everything I said that I didn't want. But I feel like being with Mac not only helped me as an entrepreneur, it helped me as an artist. Right. As an entrepreneur, because I saw how I wanted to run my business and I saw how I did not want to run my business. Big did not want to run my business. And then with artistry, when I got hired for Mac, they were doing something called basic training. Basic training was 5 days. You go to their facility and you learn everything about Mac, but not just about Mac. You learn about skin types. You learn about skin textures. You learn, like, that was, because I'm a self-taught makeup artist. I never had any formal training. But when I got with Mac, I was like, oh, here we are. And it's really helped me propel my career, I feel like. But retail, when I put in my 2 weeks, a Black lady customer came in and was asking some of my white coworkers about something. They couldn't give her an answer. I overheard. I was a manager. So I'm like, well, so-and-so talking just like this. She snaps on me in front of my 2 white coworkers. And all I did was just stare at her like, you really gonna do this in front of them? Like, what are you doing? She couldn't even look back at me, but I had been traveling. I had got a taste of what life was outside of retail. And as a real makeup artist, a working makeup artist, and I came back to that and I was like, yeah, I went to the back immediately and put in my 2 weeks. Right. I couldn't even take it. It teaches you how to deal with people. It does. Yeah. But it's working in retail, I feel like, as an entrepreneur, I feel like that's a prerequisite. It should be. It should be. So you can really, because it's a lot of
I can relate.
Yeah.
I've had so many experiences before I even purchased the gym. Yeah. Just as a trainer.
Yeah.
You know, because people, and I've had to learn this, that it was never me.
Yep.
It was never
It's
about
all
me.
them.
It's all them.
100%.
It took a white man to tell me that, because I'm at work, just at work, didn't have any interaction with anybody. Yeah. I just walked through the door, put my things away, went and clocked in or whatever. And the lady, I could overhear her, a Black lady, oh, she work here? To the guy. He was like, yeah, she's one of our trainers. Oh no, never mind. I don't want to work out here. My hand up to God. Never even knew this lady. What? Never even met her. The guy said, I said, what? I was like, what happened? He was like, do you understand that you have a presence about you? You are confident, and people are intimidated by that. Yep. She was like, he said it has nothing to do with it. He was like, you're a strong Black woman. I was like, excuse me, what? It's happened to me so many times. Yeah. Just like, he was like, you look great.
Yeah.
You know, you don't really look your age. Yeah. You know, you have a strong presence, and It has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
And I've had, over the years, I've had to learn that, because you're like, why somebody want to treat me like, I've cried. I've gone in the restroom and cried. And like, why? Even as an owner, something happened and I come late. Yeah. And people just, people be people.
Yep. As if,
like, I don't.
You don't have a real
like I'm
life.
A robot.
Yeah,
know, and
Yeah, people are inconsiderate in that way. And I read this book called What Happened to You? And it's a conversation between, it's a doctor, he's a psychologist, but him and Oprah. And I listened to it on Audible. But within the first 3 to 5 minutes of listening to that book, I was like, oh, that's me. Oh, that's my brother.
Right.
Oh, that's my mama. Oh, that's my sister. Like, in present day. But it gave me such a clearer perspective on why people do the things and why they are the way that they are. And I feel like, I tell people this all the time. I finished reading the book. I had to go work on set in Savannah, and this chick snapped on me. She was barely doing her job during that day. I had been overworked. It was only 2 makeup artists there, and it was over 100 background actors. It was a ridiculous day. And she snapped on me after I tried to tell her a practice, something that she was doing. If SAG would have came in, they would have shut the whole production down. She wouldn't have gotten in trouble by herself. The entire production would have gotten shut down. We in COVID. When I told her that she did something wrong, she went from 0 to 1,000. And like I said, I had just finished reading the book. So I was like, I'm not being I'm talking to her just like, I'm not being condescending to you. I'm just letting you know. I explained to her about the SAG thing, and then you can see her deflating. So I spoke with somebody else after who knew her, and I told them what the situation was, and I asked, I said, is she an only child? And she was like, yes, she's an only child and a double preacher's kid.
Oh, boy.
I said, oh, so she's been being told that she was wrong her entire life, and then you got somebody from the outside tell her that she did something wrong, and it took her right back there. But I said all that to say, I really feel like, had I not read that book,
right? Oh yeah,
I would have been right there with her. But it's just helped me to really give grace that people don't deserve. It's helped me to give like real, true grace to people and know that whatever their reaction is to me, it don't have nothing to do with me, because people project so loudly.
So
I mean,
every day, all day.
I mean, it's people
don't just, a lot of people can't handle being told that they are doing something wrong. And from my experience with even just with retail and then working in gyms and then now being an owner of a place, it's always, and people have said this to me for years, it's the way that you talk to people.
Yeah, 100%.
When I started at Bally Total Fitness, that was my first fitness, job. But I was at the front desk.
Okay.
I was the face.
Yeah.
And I was like this
the whole time.
I wasn't being mean. It was just me.
Yeah.
In my 21-year-old self. But my mom is very reserved and she's not like, hey, that's not her.
Yeah.
So that was me at the front. Good morning, how you doing? My eyebrows may go up. But learning how to deal with people and not letting people take you there. Like that part, I've had that in me. But sometimes you'll be like, hey, I'll draw the line. If you're cursing at me, then it's I can tell you, okay, I'm not. When you're done, we can continue.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But if somebody is already in the fire and you want to come with your gasoline, it won't work.
No.
It's not going to work. And having to deal with people and being calm, because it's never easy. It gets easier, but to have somebody come back and apologize to you and say, I'm sorry, I was having a bad, come in through the gym door. Hey, how you doing? Silence. How you doing?
Right.
Hey. Hi. All right, well, what? Hope your day gets better. Or I had a bad day. Punch it out on the bag at the end of the workout. Man, I feel so much better. Or in the middle of the workout, you got to do whatever it is. I'm not doing that explicit. How you say it?
Expletive.
Expletive. And you're like, well, what? You don't have to do it.
Right.
But at the end of it, I'm so sorry. You know, I had a bad day. Yeah. Next time I won't. It makes you feel good that you didn't allow them to take you there.
And a lot of times, not all the time, but when you meet them with kindness, it's so foreign to them that they have to almost check themselves, like, why
even
am I?
They don't deserve it.
Right. That's what I said. That grace with. I had a moment last week, and I cried because I haven't gone there probably since I've been working at Mac, but I felt like this background actress she saw that when she picked the first time, it kind of ruffled me a little bit. So the entire interaction where I'm doing her makeup, she poking, she prying. And I realized after when I talked it out that I got as upset. When she asked me what my name was, I said it's Brittany Shanae Carter. You can let them know. Like, that's how tip top I was. Right. But I realized after replaying the situation, why did I react in the way that I did? Her actions hit a place of something like a fresh wound that had just been opened in another area of my life. But again, that's how people react to you ain't got nothing to do with you. Right. Because if I was in a better space, I probably, what she was saying, because she said this was Valentine's Day. So I'm single, right? This lady said to me, and I had hearts on my little station and all. I'm in a great mood, doing my actual makeup. She said to me, oh, you must don't have a Valentine. Or she said, you don't have a Valentine? I said, no. She was like, oh, that's why you... Girl, do I look like the type of woman that will be upset because I don't have a Valentine? Like, now you trying me. Like, and you trying to insult me. Like, and it was like layer after layer. And then I think what took me to the tip top, she reacted and she said something that made it seem like I didn't know how to do my job. Oh, wow. At this point, whatever happens, happens. I was there, but I was so upset with myself because I've worked on myself to not allow somebody. And she was somebody that I ain't gonna never, ever, probably ever see again in my life. But she had so much access to me. I'm grateful, though, that I'm in a space in my journey of healing that I was able to go back to the situation, play the entire situation out, and then figure out, okay, well, what happened? What triggered you? Because one of my friends who I work on set with, who is a member of my tribe, after the whole situation went down, she was like, what do you think took you there? Like, so she started the wheels turning in my head. I couldn't figure it out at that moment. But when I got home, think about it, like, girl, had this been Brittany of literally last year around this time, I probably would have had to go home. Cause baby, people gonna people.
They will.
People gonna people.
They really will.
All the time, any opportunity they get, they gonna people. But you just have to really like. I have loud conversations with myself, like that. I be in my head, like, girl, you know, this ain't the way to do it. This ain't it. This ain't got nothing to do with you. And I make sure that I talk to. I have a niece that's 21, and she's in this, of course, transitional phase, trying to figure out people who her real friends are, blah 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 blah, all of that stuff. So I tell her all the time, you know, how people act, all of the way that these people trying to treat you or not treating you. I said that ain't got nothing to do with you. Please don't take none of that to heart. Please don't take it to heart. Please don't take it to heart. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Let's see. This conversation getting good.
I know, right? it's so much to say.
Yeah.
I mean, even with me, my experiences there's just so much that I've dealt with, so much that I've learned about myself and about people and just about the world in general. Yeah. It's just like, sometimes I'm wondering, I wonder, like, for certain people, like, how are you even going about life?
Nah, for real.
How?
For real.
Because how you think, and how you presenting yourself to the world.
It's so strange to me when I meet people that aren't on the same wavelength as me. Like somebody that's in maybe they don't like their job. And I count it a blessing because I realize that everybody don't get to wake up every day and go to a job that they love. But if you have the resources to change your situation, but you are literally wallowing, you sitting here throwing a temper tantrum, you sitting here talking about the man, you sitting here talking about all of these things when literally all you have to do is get up and change.
People don't even understand that they're in control of their lives.
That
you're in control. Nobody else is in control. Nobody.
No.
Listen, I've never had a job that I did not like. Never.
Because you're in control.
Never.
Yep.
I've dealt with uncomfortable circumstances because I'm like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
This is not what I want to do.
Yep.
So I'm not doing it. If it's not making me happy, it's not making me feel good, I'm not doing it. Yeah. I don't want to go to work and not want to be there.
That part.
I don't understand.
No.
I just can't. Like, I may not have wanted to work in the store at Macy's or wherever, but I'm doing the job that I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to help people.
Yep.
So this is the way that I can help people right now.
Yeah.
You know, if it's retail or if it's at a receptionist desk in a gym or if it's in a shoe store, that's still retail. But if it's as a massage therapist, but it's not my business, or if it's at another gym that is not mine, because I didn't want to work at 9 Round. I wanted to have my own gym. I wanted my own gym. But I was still there. I don't think I've ever worked a job for that many years. And I was there. I kept going. I was going to training. I went to owner training like twice. And in my head, I'm like, why in the hell what am I here for?
Yeah.
I don't have money to buy
Didn't even know
gym. I had no idea.
Yeah.
But because I kept saying, this is what I want.
Yeah.
This is what I want. I never knew how I was going to get it.
Yep.
I was like, my credit is fine. But I'm a black woman. How am I going to get a business loan?
Right. But you thinking all them thoughts that are limiting you. And then
I was like, ain't no way. Who gonna give me $100,000? Nobody gonna give me $100,000.
Yeah.
But the gym didn't cost that much.
Yeah.
I brought it from the guy.
Yeah.
I paid him. I didn't have to go to a bank.
Right.
I never saw it coming. But because I was where I wanted to be and doing what I wanted to do,
yep,
this is what I got.
Yeah. Everything was making way. Everything was making way for the way that it was supposed to be.
And I'm always telling people, even with relationships, I'm married. As soon as you get married, this is what people, we ain't having a baby. When the baby's coming? We're not. We're not having children.
And that ain't none of your business.
But the thing is, they always go, why? Why do you have children?
Right.
Nobody can ever tell me why. What about your legacy? I have a legacy. It has nothing to do with you.
Right.
Everything that I've done up until now is my legacy.
Exactly. Exactly.
It has nothing to do with children.
Yeah.
Well, your mom had you. Okay, thanks, Mom. Thanks for giving me
for real.
Life.
Yeah.
Thanks for allowing me to be here.
Yeah.
But I'm going to live my life on my terms.
Exactly.
I'm not going to have a bunch of children that I don't want.
Nah, for real. And that's
huge. I like waking up to the sound of no children and doing what I'm doing.
Come home after having a bad day, you ain't got to walk in the door and somebody
yelling
say,
at kids like, that's something I can't fathom.
Yeah.
I just, no.
Yeah.
And earlier, I thought I wanted children, but when I met my now husband, we talked about it. We were like, okay, well, we'll see. We talked about it later. We both looked each other in the eye at the same time. We was like, no, we good. Those exact words.
Yeah.
No, we good.
Yeah.
I was like, well, if you want to talk about it later on,
yeah,
we'll talk about
we can
it. No, we're fine.
Yeah.
I was like, well, if we change our minds, we can always adopt. No, we good.
Yeah, still.
I'm almost 50.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Thank you.
Almost 50 where? Happy belated birthday.
2/22.
That's such a good birthday.
It is.
That's a great birthday. 22. I got approved for this house on 2/22/22.
Wow.
That's how I was like, oh, and it was such a weird process trying to get it. I saw this house on Zillow. I had just gone through a breakup. I saw this house on Zillow, and it was like I rolled over on a Monday morning, opened up Zillow. It was the first thing, and I looked through it, saw this room with 9 windows. It's a farmhouse sink. I love farmhouse sinks. That was one of my selling points. And then there's a full basement downstairs. And I'm like, oh, I want that. I want that one. And the process was about 15 days. My granddad passed. Like I was going through the breakup. And then when that news came on 2/22/22, I said, oh, wow. Yeah, that's confirmation. It's time to go. It's time to go. And I've been over here in love with it ever since. But I also said that I need a space specifically for me to be creative in. Like me and my ex were living together, and it was like my studio equipment was taking up half of the kitchen. My closet was half the size of that closet over there, and I got a lot of clothes. Like it was things wasn't working how they were supposed to. It wasn't flowing how it needed to flow. All right, time to go. Love you, mean it, but bye. And now let's continue to work on the things that you want, that you're working toward. Like, and I've said in a few episodes, like, I've always known that I wanted this, but I just didn't know what this looked like. But I always knew that I was going to get it. And I always knew that even when I moved up here and I couldn't afford to ride the bus, even when I moved up, like, because I went through a really rough first year. My transition, you said, George, it was kind of a rough transition. It was really rough, but I completely, wholeheartedly understood that everything that all of it was like little puzzle pieces to make sure that I was getting to exactly where I needed to be. And the way Big God been showing out, like giving, like I'm sure with you in being a gym owner, 9-round owner, you had no idea that that was even a possibility.
I wasn't even in the position to even, this is my second marriage. My first husband, I met him in Chicago. We moved to Alabama together.
Okay.
We moved here together.
Okay.
He did not support my music at all. Didn't support it. He went away to Iraq. He was there for a year, but we got married before he left.
Okay.
At the courthouse. He was gone an entire year. He came back. The marriage just fell apart.
Yeah.
I ended up moving out into my own. Before I moved, he took all the money out of our joint account, all of it. Opened himself a business account. He had bought a truck. I had no idea. So I'm like, man, maybe had $100. He left, maybe he probably left like $100 to something in there. I didn't have any money. He had bought me a brand new car. He took that away from me while I was at work. The car was in his name. He gave it to his sister. So a friend of mine allowed me to sublet his apartment, which I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to be doing that, but that's neither here nor there. As soon as we were separated legally, I met my now husband. Not knowing that I had already met him twice before.
Wow.
At open mics, at 2 open mics. The day I had I was singing background at the 12 Hotel, I'll never forget. The day that I walked in there, he was there. He was the drummer. My ex-husband decided now is the time that I need to come out and support you. Why are you here? You ain't never been nowhere. Told me, I don't know.
Them spidey senses
in Iraq talking about, I don't know what you going to open mic for. You ain't getting paid and blah, 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 blah. You too old. All this old other stupid stuff. So now you're sitting at one of my gigs watching me interact with this man. We ain't married no more.
Right.
We were married. We was legally separated. He finally signed the papers for the divorce. The day that our divorce was final, the next day I got a gig. My husband, well, he was my boyfriend then. We got a gig together in Ethiopia for 3 months. Something that I never thought I would be able to do. But because I let him go and all that mess that he had going on, doors just kept flying open. You know how it's like horror movies?
Yes, and the wind just
the doors kept flying open. So I was able, at the time I was working at 9-round. I was able to keep my job and be gone for 3 months. This is how I know that was where I should be.
Yes, 100%.
Came back, I still had a job. I was able to do. The owner was a drummer.
Okay.
A lot of the trainers that were there, they were musicians. So that part too.
Yes.
So it's like when you let go of nonsense, the doors are opening for you.
Yep.
You don't have to go looking, searching. You just have to be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
But people don't really understand that.
Yep. And you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared.
Yes.
You have to be prepared, because if you are not prepared, you are going to fumble.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt, you are going,
me being Miss Independent, having a man come into my life, I've always been treated properly. But then after this last person that I was with, I'm like, I don't.
Yep.
Remember I said I was unemployed for 2 years? This man was paying all my bills, his own bills.
Getting what you deserve.
Never.
Getting what you deserve.
Because I'm like, this I've been on my own.
Yeah.
I've been since 1920. This is what I do.
Yeah.
I'll eat peanut butter jelly.
Yep.
But I didn't have to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what you opening my doors for? Even though I know that's what I deserve, why are you opening? I can open my car door.
Because it's almost foreign.
Open it. He's like, this man didn't have a car. I had a car. He would borrow his brother's car so he could drive me to dates.
Yeah.
Or drive my car at the time before it was taken away. You know? But this man, he just walked in.
Yeah.
And then once the throne was clear, he sat down.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what I deserve.
Yep.
With this other person I was with, there would be no only the 9 round.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want to do that for now.
Because it was a whole bunch of doubt. This man would
support me if I was on the side of the road selling fruit. Whatever I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
The support. I never had that type of support in my life from anybody. Really. But that's what I needed. Yeah. It's not that, 100%. I needed a man, but I needed a support system.
Yeah. Beyond just.
Yeah.
Yep. And you got that. Yeah.
Now I'm hot.
It's how you say, once you let go of pretty much the things that you're supposed to let go of. When me and my ex broke up, we had a conversation and I was like, I know this gonna sound kind of, but hasn't your life been flourishing since we haven't been together? I know mine has. I know mine has in major ways. And she was like, yeah. As much as you don't want to admit it, like we were in each other's way. Yep. And I wasn't in a situation where there was no support, but we had clearly started doing that. We were both growing, but at different paces. And moving here and being alone consciously, on purpose, alone, even though it hurt a lot sometimes, it was so necessary for my development and so necessary for me getting to the next level of my career. It was important for me to heal up more. It was so important. And I just want people to understand that when nothing in life is easy. No. Nothing in life is easy. But when you're in any type of situation, relationship, job, any type of situation, and things keep going wrong, or the situations keep coming with a bad outcome and things don't seem to ever work in your favor, it's time to let go. Yeah. Let go. Let go. Literally. Just release that grip and let go. And it's proven. Like, I feel like me and you are both testimonies to that. I know so many people who can say that is the case. But if we let go and we understand that we are in control, and what was I think it was in a book. I'm reading a book called Becoming Supernatural. And in the very first chapter, he was like, where your energy goes, it flows. Literally.
That's that man's, is it Eric somebody?
I'm about to tell you.
He's like a
Joe Dispenza.
Oh, okay. I heard somebody say that, and it was in a song. It came on in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Where your energy goes, it flows. And it's like a whole bunch of motivational talking in the song. Every time it comes on, I just lose it. I just jump around the gym. And I'm like, that's it. That's it. Because I'm always saying that.
Yeah.
You can't keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome.
Yeah. That's called insanity.
You're going to keep getting the same foolishness if you keep doing the same foolishness.
Yep.
So you got to make up in your mind, do you want change or not?
It's literally a decision. It's literally a decision.
You got to decide.
It's a choice.
When enough is enough.
Yeah, it's a conscious choice. And in the part of the chapter, I think I'm in like chapter 11. It's a long book. I started and I listened probably about 30 minutes to an hour every day. Well, not every day when I do listen. But in this particular chapter, it's talking about, if you want exactly what we're talking about. If you want to change your circumstance, but you're at a job that you hate, but all you're thinking about is this job that I hate, why not shift your perspective and shift your thought patterns to, oh, I get to wake up every morning and go to the job that I love. Exactly. And not just the job that I love, be specific about what that job is, so you can start literally living in that. Your mind has no idea how to decipher what is imagination and what is real life. Exactly. So if you begin to create a picture, or let's not create a picture. Let's create a video. Right. Let's create a full 4D submersive experience. How does it feel when you're there? How does it look when you're there? If you're drinking something, what it tastes like, completely go there. And if you start to, but a lot of people don't have imaginations, and that's you gotta, and you can't be so hard, and if I do this, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Do it for 1 week. Yeah. Do it for 7 days. Just imagine something, whatever it is. You'll be surprised how you can shift your own. It's on you, baby.
Yeah. You know what? A lot of times people are so set in that way, or they're so used to this one thing.
And they've been conditioned.
Or they're expecting something bad all the time. That's just like being a Black business owner. A lot of times as Black people, we expect bad service.
I agree.
When you come into a place where you don't get that, but you're expecting that,
you're going to project.
And you project. It happens every time. But then when you have the understanding that this is not that place, you're not going to get that over here. Sometimes people just, it's like they want it.
Yeah.
You want to say, that's why I don't mess with Black business. That's why I don't do business with Black.
Be ready for it.
You ready for it. Oh, you just want it so bad. And I can see it. I'm just like, why don't you understand that this is not what you deserve, first of all?
Right.
And I'm not going to give that to you. Because I have a reputation. You saw the reviews. So you know.
And I wrote a review. Come on down to 9 round.
That helps. Listen, I have a PSA. And it doesn't even have to be just Black business. It could be any business that you love. First of all, we all deserve good service. We all deserve quality products. But the first time you get something bad, everybody's running to the internet to say, this was bad, this was bad. What about the hundreds of times it was great? Run to the internet to say, this was great, this was great. Even if you don't agree with what has happened, you can go to that business or manager or whatever and say, you can voice your opinion. And I'm accepting, because I'll say, hey, how can I make this better?
Yeah.
So if you've had a 3-star experience and it's 5 stars, tell me how I can change so I can have
get
5
them extra
stars. Because I want 5. I don't want 3.
Yeah.
So run and tell the good. I mean, negative speaks so much louder than positive.
It does. Because you can have a page full of positive reviews, but somebody's going to fixate on that one negative that's right there.
And it's like, oh.
Yeah. Why you got to do all that?
You ain't got to do all that.
You don't. Where can we find 9 Round on socials and all of that good stuff?
9 Round Decatur. Across the board.
We're
not on Twitter anymore, and I believe people would know why.
What?
Twitter? Are you on Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
we don't post.
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like Twitter is not the social media platform for.
It used to be.
Really?
Before someone else
took over. Gotcha.
It used to be. I don't even call no names.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're on TikTok. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. 9 Round Decatur.
Yeah. Let me tell you a little secret. If you come to 9 Round, you should come with me. But if you come to 9 Round and you leave your gloves, shh, don't tell nobody. Just know that there are repercussions if you leave your gloves. I ain't gonna tell them what.
You gotta pay a fee.
Make sure you always take everything home with you. But no, y'all, 9 Round, I'm probably gonna always be a member. Like, as long as I'm in the area, as long as I am able to pay the bill, as long as it's really such a good environment to be in. Like, the music's good. What are these 9 Round mixes, or is this your music?
No, we actually use Fit Radio.
Oh, I ain't never heard of that before.
Fit Radio is a platform for gyms specifically.
Oh.
So there are different gyms like, CrossFit, Orange Theory.
Yeah.
So the DJs that are on there, they make music specifically for gyms.
Yeah.
So you can choose whatever the playlist you want to choose. But we choose playlists that are, up tempo for what we do.
Yeah.
They introduced it to our last convention, our last convention, and I was like, oh my God, yes, great, thank you.
Yeah. Because music,
like
bad music,
and it's like you in the elevator, and you're like, I'm done, I'm ready to go.
Because I have turned around from the gym if I did not have my headphones. But when you come in here, you definitely, music is such a important part of a workout, because so this one time I decided that I was going to smoke before I went to the gym.
Oh no.
Don't ask me why I did it. I mean, I think I was like right out of college or something like that. And I go to the gym and I decide to put on Erykah Badu. And I promise you, I was probably at the gym for about 2 hours, just moving. I might have burned like maybe 250 calories the whole 2 hours, but I don't remember. I don't really know. It was so, like, why would you even do that? But I said all that to say, now when I go to the gym on my own, I listen to EDM.
Right.
Like, I have to listen to something upbeat because I want to make sure, I can't tell you how many people come up to me when I'm at Planet Fitness. They come up to me, what you training for? What you training for? I mean, I used to be 240 pounds. I lost weight in college. Initially I lost 20, no. I was online to be a Zeta. So I was naturally working out We couldn't eat fried food. We couldn't eat fast food. We had to watch everything we were intaking. Then I was the step master. So we getting ready for the step show and I'm whipping everybody. Like I said, I'm always the one that's getting, it was people crying. Like they was just, girl, you doing the absolute most. Cause all I'm doing is making you repeat a step. But anyway, but I ended up taking as one of my electives the next semester, I took a workout class. Like, so I was forcing myself to always be active. And then that summer I lost 20 more pounds. And so I was 50 pounds down and my weight it fluctuates around like a 10 pound, but this 9 round, like going to the gym and then being able to get a full kickboxing workout, I feel, I still struggle. These workouts are not easy.
No, they're not easy.
They are not easy.
You get better, but they don't get easy.
That's I feel like I'm getting better. My form is changing, but I feel strong. I feel healthy. And that when I was heavier, I felt heavy.
Yeah.
Like literally felt heavy. So it's good to have something where I can come in, get my 30 minutes in and be gone.
You got a trainer.
Yeah.
We have nutrition guidance.
Yes.
We have meal plans. We have how-to videos so you can get better on your own time. You can get better in the gym. All you got to do is do the work.
Yeah. Be a doer.
We train your body. Yeah. We also train your mind too, because you have to think. I always tell people when you come in the gym, we're there to help you. We're there to keep you motivated. But one thing we can't do is think for you.
Yep.
But this actually helps with your brain. You got to make sure you're feeding your brain, you know, eating the right foods. And it helps with, you know, brain power. But moving your body in different ways every single time, that actually helps you get your results faster.
Yeah. I know I sometimes like jab, cross, jab.
It teaches you a lot about the way your body works. And body mechanics and all that, and you wouldn't even know it. You know, because even with me, even though I had boxing experience, I didn't have the hand-eye coordination. Like, and I didn't realize I had it until I was in the grocery store. And the produce started falling. I was like Spider-Man. I was standing in the middle of the store like, wow, look what I just did. I'm a superhero. It's like round 3. That's my favorite bag. That double end bag. That moves
so let me tell you something about that one. When my glasses are off, I know you've seen so one of the first times I came in, I hit the bag and of course I'm not wearing glasses when I'm working out. And so I took my hand and I stopped it. She came up and made it move again. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't see.
That's the whole, people do it all the time. I'm like, it's there to teach you hand-eye coordination. Teaching you how to hit a moving target. Just in case. Just in case.
Thank you for coming.
This was great.
It was. Can you give your affirmations one more time to let the people know what you got?
I am worthy, so I am enough, and I am worthy of receiving everything I desire. I do not need to prove myself to those who seek to diminish me. I am worthy.
I am worthy, and we got
I am creative.
I am creative. Those were good ones for this conversation. I feel like we touched
all of that.
Yes.
In so many different
And I knew it. That's why I love these cards so much. Thank you so much for coming. Episode 7 is out now. Send this video to somebody. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure you like, you comment. Make sure you follow Round Decatur on Instagram, TikTok. Make sure you hit me up, or you ain't even got to hit me up. Just go see Kanesha at 9 Round. It's going to change your life. It's going to make you feel better. It's going to do all of those things. Make sure You tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend too.
The first workout is absolutely free.
Free 99.
Free. Everybody loves free.
Yeah.
Make your appointment.
Yeah.
9round.com in Decatur.
Come on.
Come see us.
And tell a friend to tell a friend. Come out.
Spread the word.
In the room. Thank you for coming.